Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do a reading for you. It's a bonus reading, Sag. Just want to say thank you, my friends, my fire family. Thank you so much for coming here, watching. All the ways that you love me, the hypes, the thumbs up, all of it, being in the comments. It all is growing this channel to a place that I never dreamed it would be. So thank you so much for being part of that. I do appreciate you so much. Let's find out what's going on for you before we get to the sneak peek tomorrow. Let's go. Oh, what's this? Should be here. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for my Sagittarius family. Find out what's going on for you, Sag. Don't forget, private reads are open. If you're interested, check the pinned comment for prices and times. Check the Hypsee link. Let's find out what's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sag, we've got starting off with the Two of Pentacles. Feels like you're getting your balance at a time when everything is kind of all over the place. That everything, you're trying to really focus on what you can control, what you can keep in balance, and you got to just let the other stuff go to shit around you. Like you can't control it all, right? I feel like you are doing the best that you can. You're going to have to observe some things from a distance. I know you want to run in and fix it all, Sag. That's who you are, because you're kind of like that. But I think that you want to go in and give advice and tell somebody this is how it needs to be done. But I really do feel like you are just going to have to learn to observe things from a distance. You do have the ability to get as much information as you need. You're a person who is like, if you want to know what the ex is doing, go to a Sag. They'll have it. They're the investigator. They will know what to do, where to find them, no matter what's going on here. But I think that you really have to focus on making your decisions, on your pentacle world, in staying in balance for yourself. We've got, got the High Priestess in the reverse. When the High Priestess is in the reverse for me, it feels like with these two cards here, your intuition has revealed something to you. It feels like you're... I'm just seeing a sword fight right now in my mind's eye. Charlie is showing me. Charlie's my guide, by the way. Charlie is showing me two people like full on like armor in front of the castle kind of sword fight. But I'm going to say steel sharpens steel. And I feel like you're a person who is solid, I'm going to say. But also this High Priestess in the reverse tells me that there's about to be something that is going to be revealed to you through an observation from a distance that maybe you didn't see before. Because really, when you see an object close up, it looks very different than from a distance. So I feel like while you're minding your business, trying to keep your own balance here, that something is going to be revealed to you that you didn't see before, because maybe you were too close to it to really get an objective point of view. Tell me about Sagittarius. We've got the Six of Swords. Isn't that interesting? Sag, I think that what's going to be revealed to you is that someone is not being very honest with you. But I think that you didn't figure this out till now, because maybe you were too close to the situation. Tell you what, I keep saying that, Sag. I'm aware that I keep repeating myself, but what I'm seeing is someone standing up against the castle and looking up and looking side to side. What do you see? All you see is stone. But when you take a look from up above or way far back, you can now see everything that's around the castle. And so I feel like somebody is realizing that they don't necessarily trust someone. Got the Eight of Wands. Sag, I feel like you're going to figure out some sort of secret, but I feel like somebody is going to say something to you. I don't think it's anything that you're digging for, but it could be. Look, I'm just saying the Page of Swords is here. I said you're a person who can get any information about anyone, but I feel like someone's going to outright either confirm your intuition or just tell you. It feels like a secret is about to be revealed, and we'll talk about that in a moment. I feel like the reason that you are viewing some things or some people or some situations, observing from a distance, is because you now have to take care of yourself. You got to keep in balance for you. So I'm just saying here that there's a bunch of waves going on in the background. So there might be a bunch of emotional things going on around you, but I feel like it's at this time where it's most important for you to focus on your own balance. This person's balancing on one foot, right? Especially when dramatic things are going on in your friend group, in your family, at work. It's really important that you stay out of the chaos. keep yourself in the calm, because I feel like when you observe it from a distance, you have a different perspective. Tell me more about this. Three of Swords. I'm just going to say, Sag, I feel like something's going to be revealed to you, and I feel like somebody's either been lying to you or has not been totally honest with you. And those are two different things. Someone can outright lie to you. Look, the sky's purple, not blue. That's an outright lie. But maybe they might say might rain today because the sky looks like azure. That's not a lie. It's an interpretation of the truth that might not necessarily match yours. But I feel like somebody here is concealing something. But I also feel that when it's revealed to you, that you might move away from them because the Three of Swords is here. It feels like you have been feeling something's up. Something doesn't wash. Something is not even. It's like you're poking holes in somebody's story. Let's get to this High Priestess here because we want to know what's going to be revealed here. We've got the Two of Wands. There's a plan going on underneath the surface. What's this? The Hermit, and somebody's keeping quiet about it. Somebody here is keeping quiet about it and going over details in the background. Oh, there's 8 and 2. Charlie's pointing this out to me. You guys, it's why I count wands, why I count swords, all of that kind of stuff. You're getting clarity about the 10 of wands, 2 wands and 8, right? It feels like there is something that's been a burden on your intuition. You keep saying to yourself, is that really what's going on? You're like, nah, that person would never do that to me, would they? It does feel like somebody who's been putting distance between you and them, somebody who, if they used to text you every day, all of a sudden is only texting you once a week or two. It feels like something's going on. A plan is going on. Tell me what's here. We've got the King of Cups. It feels like something is under the surface. Somebody here is facing you with a stoic face. They're trying to keep everything around them stable. I'm just going to say, look at this. Look at all the water that's going on around the king. Because king can always stay stoic in a situation even when it's all going off the rails. But look what's going on here. There's a lot of, boat is topsy-turvy on the top of this big wave. It feels like somebody here is looking very stoic on the surface. Like, no, I meant to do that. There's nothing going on here. But it also feels like this person has been keeping their distance from you. And that is raising red flags for you. And it's been weighing heavy on your intuition. Tell me more. King of Swords, you're about to learn the truth, friend. And then I think you're going to have to face it head on. I feel like it's going to be very deeply emotional for you because I think you felt it under the surface, Sagittarius. I think you knew that something was going on. Let's talk to this Page of Swords here. Tell me about the Page of Swords. What did you see from observing from a distance that you didn't see when you were close up? Queen of Swords. You saw the truth, my friend. The truth of what? That this person, you know what it reminds me of? Somebody who's really a kind person when they come to your home, face to face with you, you guys travel together, and then you get them to a restaurant and they're horrifying to the server. I've ditched friendships over that. If you are going to treat somebody who is trying to serve you terribly, you're not my friend. No, that's an immediate no for me. That's what this feels like. It doesn't have to be that particular situation, but it feels as though you see the truth of who somebody really is. Because there is fundamental differences here, and I don't think you saw them when you were close up, but I think now that you have had a chance to breathe, we're not really talking, it feels like you are seeing something from a distance that really didn't occur to you prior to this because you were too up close. There are also 5, 6, 7 swords here, 7 swords here. It feels like there is something being concealed or there is a lie. 3, 6, 9, 10. I think something's coming to an end. It feels like betrayal. 6, 9, 10. The sun, it's going to be revealed. Okay, I'm moving all this down, man, because I need more info, right? We need to find out what's being revealed here, because there is something that your intuition has been tugging at you about, that it's under the surface, and someone's giving me the kind face, but that they really are the King of Swords underneath all of that. You're going to have to face it, and you're going to have to make a final judgment based on what your findings are, or whatever it is that you are about to hear. Tell me what's being revealed. Something's being revealed after an argument or a fight, or we came to a place where we no longer agree on something. It's very apparent. And so something now is being revealed, and now I see it because I'm at a distance. We have the King of Wands. We have the Two of Swords. And the Chariot. It feels like somebody is actually quite lazy. Somebody here is hiding how they feel about something. The fact that the Two of Swords is showing up next to the King of Wands tells me that somebody might look like they have wisdom, but they're not necessarily acting within that wisdom. What's being revealed is that somebody here is a risk taker. And I feel like with the Two of Swords here, your intuition is saying, look, you can feel it. Maybe you can't see it, but you can feel it. Protect yourself. It feels like the King of Wands has a block. And I think the block is the Chariot. Do you see where I'm going? It feels like this person might come to you and say, oh my gosh, I just had no time for anybody today. I'm sorry I didn't text you, but these 150 things were going on and I had to take care of them right now. I don't think that's the deal. I think someone's lying. Someone's hiding behind their King to energy. The only king we don't see here is the King of Pentacles. Got the Ace of Wands. It does feel like somebody here has been out doing things. It feels like somebody's been out doing things and not inviting you some places. And so you're feeling the distance between you and them. And it might be because we had an argument or a fight or some sort of fundamental difference that was revealed during that. This person keeps saying they're too busy for you, but you keep seeing them on social media with other people, and that could be the lie. Tell me why the Two of Pentacles is here. We have the Death card. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Three of Pentacles. I think you're going to start poking holes in someone's stories here, Sag. The Death card tells me that you're no longer in the wobble. Now you're sure. You're sure that something has changed here. It feels like you can feel it, Queen of Cups, because this is compassion. This is also intuition, psychic intuition. And then the Three of Pentacles, we're talking about a partnership, a friendship group. It feels like there is something that you are learning and that you're slowly being pushed out. Five Pentacles. You're being pushed out of the friendship group. I don't think that it matters really a whole lot to you as much as people might think, because I think that you are already on your way out with the Six of Swords here, because I don't think you trust the group or the person. We could be talking about one person. We've got the Ten of Cups. We've got, King of Pentacles is here. I feel like it's somebody who's taken over the group. I'm saying that because I've got all four kings out here, and all four kings indicates an emperor is about. We can't see him, but he's here. Somebody's in control of something, in control of how people think about you, in control of what they're saying about you, and it feels like they're saying things. Like, it's almost like this king in the King of Cups and the King of Swords is like they're making jabs, and then they'll soften it with emotion. But I understand why they might feel that way. But that one's a bitch. But I understand why they might feel that way. They're talking out of both sides of their face. We've got somebody here. I feel somebody here who's moving away from the Ten of Cups. I think that the people who you thought were your stable family group, the people who would give you the most joy, I think they started dragging their heels and not inviting you to things and doing things behind your back. I feel like you're going to find more information, but I feel like somebody is going to tune you in here. Yeah, Temperance is here. So I feel like if you go to somebody's house here and somebody here is going to say, you know what happened? This is what happened. I feel like your first instinct is, okay, well then I have to heal it. But then I think that you realize that Temperance shows up for a reason. It shows up for a reason in that, yes, it's healing, but it's also the moment where you really have to start looking at things in a stable way and saying, is this really what I want for my life? Do I really want to fight the Three of Swords, or do I want to just let it be where it is? Because it does feel like somebody here has got to stand up for themselves, make a really big move, because it feels like there's about to be a battle, my friend. I think you're tired of the competition. It feels like you're tired of the competition in the family or with a best friend or maybe even someone that you're dating. Maybe it's someone that you're dating that is not, that they're making you wait, hermit. They're quiet with you. Your intuition is telling you that it's not just because they're really busy. They're actually kind of lazy. But it also feels like they're hoping you won't see it as a block. Somebody's holding their feelings under the surface. If this is a romantic thing, somebody just wants the passion. So when you're not giving them passion, they're not texting you. And when they know that it's going to be around the time when you two might have some passion, that's when they're going to text you. Otherwise, this person's got lazy feet. The Knight of Pentacles is here. With the King of Pentacles, I don't think they're a person who even sees the worth in you. It feels like this person is somebody who is in charge of how the friend group perceives you, how they see you. Somebody is trying to change the mind of the group. It feels like a herd of cattle. Do you know what I mean? One goes that way and the other ones just follow. That's what it feels like. Tell me what else Sagittarius needs to know, please. We've got the Magician, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Cups. Yep, you can heal from this. The Magician tells me that you're the one who's in charge of your reality. You're the one who has all the skills and the resources. You have all the same tools that all the rest of us have. And you really need to put them in order and decide what you're going to do with the rest of this time that you have here. Because I feel like the Four of Swords tells me what your main focus is right now is healing. And I don't think that you're even going to say anything, to be honest, because the Three of Swords is here. And I think you're just going to let it go. Because the Ace of Swords is laying on its side. And to me, that's a hard time communicating or no communication. I think you're just going to let this die with silence. We've got the Five of Cups. Look, it's going to be a sad time for you. I don't think you wanted to let these people go, but I feel like somebody has poisoned the well. And I think it's with lies, understand. We're talking about somebody who you're really close to. Yeah, I just heard Charlie say Judas. The kiss of Judas, right? If you don't know what that is, you'll have to go look it up. But it feels like somebody was betraying you behind your back, but kissing you on the cheek, And this could be somebody you're in a romantic relationship with. This could be someone that you have a bond to emotionally in your family, maybe a friend group. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Yeah. You want to see my worth? I'll show you your worth. It feels like somebody here is going to bring the truth to the surface. And once you get it, I feel like this is what goes down. I feel like you go to the person, you go to the source, the person who you've shared the secrets with. The Two of Cups is here, right? And I feel like you tell them, look, if that's what you're going to do to me, then I'm off on a new beginning myself. I don't think you're going to hold back, honestly, with the Knight of Swords here. It does feel like they're going to be very shocked at the Sag that shows up because you've changed. I feel like you've changed and you're no longer going to allow people to speak about you behind your back. And if you know that information, you're going straight to the source and saying, this is what you said, and I didn't like it, therefore just lose my number. I don't care if you're dating them or if they're a friend, but it does feel like somebody you've shared secrets with, emotional, intimate secrets with. I feel like you go straight to the source, and I feel like it shocks or surprises them that you've changed. They're going to feel like you changed on a dime. But the Wheel of Fortune is here, and everything is changing right now. I feel like you're changing, you're facing things head on instead of letting it slide. Feels like you're listening to your intuition more, and when your intuition reveals something, you're saying, okay, do I want to heal it? Or do I just want the moment of alchemy to take place and get rid of the high highs and the low lows and start feeling healed about it? Maybe I just want to live in a healed, stable environment. So the moment of alchemy is here, my friend. Something is about to expand. I think it's your mind, but I feel like something's about to expand. And of course, this is your energy, right, Sagittarius? This is your energy. This is Jupiter. Oh, yes. Yes, Jupiter's moving into Leo. Wait, don't piss off a Sag. I'm just going to say, or a Leo. Everything's expanding. I'm changing my mind. I'm changing the way I do everything. It's like throwing it all in the air and watching it all drop to the ground and then trying to put it back together in a different way so it fits better for you. That's what it feels like. Ooh, Sag. Maybe that's a confirmation. Sag, I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I appreciate you. Don't forget, sneak peek is tomorrow. I will be back with the sneak peek for the next 7 days. Take care, Sag. I'll be back because I'm always back. Bye-bye.